Hi everyone, and welcome to the winner stream of the Agentic AI Hackathon with IBM watsonx Orchestrate. Today is all about the teams who did amazing during this hackathon, impressed our judges with their clever ideas, and who can now proudly call themselves our finalists. My name is Jenna, and I'll be your host for this exciting event that all of you were waiting for. Let me tell you what the plan is for the stream. So, first, I'll remind you what was the challenge for this hackathon, the prizes, and the success criteria upon which your projects have been judged. Then, we'll reveal the finalist teams chosen by the judges, and together we'll watch the presentations that they've submitted. And after we watch all the presentations, our very special guest, who I will introduce in just a moment, will provide live commentary on each of the winning projects while we reveal the podium. So, a warm welcome to everyone watching us live. I'll be monitoring the chat throughout the stream, so let me know you're here. You can ask questions, you can let us know what you think about the projects, and be part of this experience with us. And now, a winner stream wouldn't be complete without a live judge. So let me introduce our very special guest from the IBM team, Dennis Bly, Principal Manager at IBM. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Joanna. Thank you. And thank you to you and LabLab for inviting me to be here today. Gosh, we've seen some incredible innovations throughout this challenge, and it's now time to celebrate our top three teams. So I think they truly raised the bar. I'm excited to be here. And I just really enjoyed overall looking at these submissions and hearing them come in. So thank you and looking forward to it.
Yeah, actually, I also cannot wait to watch all the presentations together with you all and agree. The projects that we've all seen submitted at this hackathon were truly amazing, but unfortunately, we can only have a limited number of winners. So let's see who shines bright today. But first of all, let me all remind you about the hackathon challenge, about the prizes, because we've got some people tuning in who did not take part in this hackathon, are just watching from the sideways, and maybe that will be just the beginning of their chance to join the other hackathon that we run next time. So, this hackathon challenge was to harness the power of IBM watsonx Orchestrate to design and develop an AI agent powered by, of course, IBM watsonx Orchestrate that generally helps people and businesses achieve more with less effort. All participants were supposed to focus on real world impact, innovate for the future of work, all while harnessing the power of IBM watsonx Orchestrate. All the projects were judged based on four main criteria. So, first of all, application of technology. So, each solution was supposed to use IBM watsonx Orchestrate, and they were judged upon how effectively it was integrated into the overall solution. Then, the potential impact and business value, the originality and creativity in addressing the challenge, and then the final pitch presentation. Because if you can build it but you cannot present it, then that's a huge loss. And now let me remind you of what prizes we've got prepared for the three lucky winners. So, the third place would get $2,000 in cash and $300 in IBM Cloud credits per team member. Second place will get $3,000 in cash and $300 in IBM Cloud credits per team member. And the main winner, the first place, will get same amount of credits. Actually not same amount of credits. We'll get $500 in IBM Cloud credits per team member, and wait for that, $5,000 in cash. And before we show you the presentations submitted by the finalists and reveal who the finalist teams are, I would like to take the chance to invite you to another hackathon that we're kicking off tomorrow. So if some of you missed the chance to join this one or just want to keep the momentum going and actually start building with us, another weekend, we're kicking off tomorrow on December 5th, the Cubic Hack the Future Hackathon. So actually anyone can participate. So we're building at the intersection of AI and blockchain. We've got 2 tracks available for the C++ masters and for the no coders. So feel free to join it and hack with us during this weekend. It's fully online, so you can join from anywhere. And we've got $45,000 in prizes. So definitely worth a shot if you missed this one. And now, without further ado, I would like to tell you the finalist teams, the ones who shine the brightest in the eyes of the judges. And I'd like to mention that the finalist teams will be introduced in random order. The first finalist is Team Sarah with the project Sarah. The second finalist is Team Agentic Winner with the project The Compliance Gatekeepers. And the third finalist team is Team Duologic with the project Nexus Guards AI. I would like to congratulate all the finalists, and not only the finalists, but actually everybody who participated. And now let's watch the presentations that they've submitted and go through what made their project stand out, so you can actually take an example and see what the judges are looking for in your solutions. So next time, even if you're not the finalist this time, you can actually learn from that, take it as a lesson, and score higher at the next hackathon. So time for the presentations. Let's first see the presentation submitted by the team Agentic Winner with the project The Compliance Gatekeepers.
Hi everyone, I am Team Gatekeepers, and we have built the Dora Gatekeeper, where non-compliance is terminated. Now, I asked myself, what happens when an immovable deadline meets an unstoppable volume of paperwork? The answer isn't hire more lawyers, it's autonomous compliance. Now, picture this. It's November 2025. The DORA regulation is live, and banks are now legally required to continuously audit 50,000 vendor contracts. The problem, however, is that humans take 4 hours to review one contract. Doing the math, we'd finish that current backlog sometime in the year 2098. Meanwhile, regulators are fining non-compliant banks 1% of daily turnover, which can be hundreds of millions of dollars for the biggest banks. We're facing an operational bottleneck that is quite literally an existential financial risk. Furthermore, there's many errors occurring during this human review of pay of these compliance contracts and vendor reviews, with research showing that 83% of risks appear post due diligence rather than when reviewing prior to accepting the vendor as a partner. Now, for those who don't speak bureaucrat, DORA Article 28 forces banks to treat third-party risk like internal risk. Now, I'm going to be using this article as a minor minimum viable product to prove how to solve this larger issue of compliance and vendor contracts using one DORA article, which is just one of the major regulations for international banks to go with ICT contracts and vendors. It's no longer enough to just sign a contract. You have to audit, verify, and monitor it forever. If a vendor's cloud contract lacks a right to audit clause, fine. If their security certificate expires, they must be fined. Manual compliance is dead, and we need a machine. Now here enters the Dora Gatekeeper, my solution. This isn't simply a chatbot that gives advice. It's an autonomous sentinel built on IBM watsonx Orchestrate. It acts as a firewall for your procurement process. It ingests contracts from Box, reads them with IBM Granite, and here's the agentic part. It has complete enforcement authority. It doesn't just tell you the vendor is non-compliant. It logs into the ERP and blocks them from API access instantly. No human approval is needed. Furthermore, it emails the relevant vendor with an amended contract and signature required to amend the contract to be compliant with a specific DORA article. It's safer than a human because it never gets tired, and unlike my ex, it actually reads the terms and conditions. But jokes aside, this ingestion process is much faster than humans, much more accurate, and is an end-to-end workflow that solves all the problems required in this situation. Now, this architecture demonstrates the orchestrator pattern with a tool-augmented agency, a sophisticated design where IBM Watson X Orchestrate acts as the central orchestrator. Now, at the top, we have the orchestrator, and which goes into the ingestion agent. The autonomous decision with no human in the loop is made, and then conditional workflows are proceeded through Firstly, to retrieve the PDF contract from Box, then to analyze the PDF with Granite 3.3, and then to thoroughly audit it against the DORA article to determine if they are compliant or not. If not, the client is blocked, an amended contract is drafted, and an email is sent to the client for signature. Now, here's a quick demo of, before the demo, let's look at the results and impact. We took a 4-hour manual review down to 30 seconds. We scaled capacity from 2 contracts a day to 2,000. And most importantly, we eliminated the risk of a 2% revenue fine. We turned a cost center into a competitive advantage. But seeing is believing. So let me show you the demo. Quick look at the demo here. So first of all, if I can show you local testing, the agent runs through every step of the process, from ingestion, auditing, updating the status, drafting the amendment, and sending the email, as you can see here. It then uploads the email and sends it to the relevant vendor. And you can see here the email that's drafted and sent to the vendor. Now, if we move forward, this is also working in a live deployed agent in IBM watsonx Orchestrate. If you look here, I'm asking it to check the DORA compliance for the secure host client. And soon after, it sends a full summary of the analysis, the ingestion of the document, the compliance status, which is non-compliant, the update of that client status, and the amended document for editing and signature and approval. Thank you for your time.
To everybody who just tuned in to watch the stream, we've just watched the finalist project submitted by the team Agentic Winner, and the project was the Compliance Gatekeepers. And now it's time to play the second presentation of today. Let's see what project Team Sarah built during this hackathon.
Sarah is ready to make AI assistants smarter and more adaptive for any organization. Modern organizations rely on AI chatbots to deliver faster, smarter, and more accurate responses. RAG enhances these chatbots by retrieving relevant knowledge and generating context-aware answers, moving beyond static, template-based responses. But firstly, data is dynamic. Secondly, feedback validation is required. Finally, no feedback integration. We propose an intelligent feedback loop for AI-powered Q&A systems that validates user input and incorporates it into the knowledge base. This real-time learning process updates vector embeddings, filters harmful or irrelevant feedback, and continuously improves response accuracy and user experience. The feedback filtering architecture is illustrated here. The system collects user feedback using a rating scale. Ratings of 4 to 5 indicate a correct response and reinforce existing response patterns. Ratings of 3 are neutral and logged for monitoring without updating the knowledge base. Ratings of 1 to 2 are negative and, if accompanied by a user-provided correction, trigger a learning process. Then, each correction undergoes automatic analysis using LLM to check for toxicity, personally identifiable information, PI, and relevance to the original query. Finally, valid corrections are stored in a PostgreSQL database with face for vector indexing and integrated into the RAG pipeline, updating embeddings and improving retrieval for future queries. Key advantages are adaptability, safety, integration. System overview powered by IBM watsonx. LLM inference is powered by IBM watsonx, delivering context-aware and accurate responses. The RAG pipeline combines document retrieval using FAISS plus PostgreSQL with generation to enhance answer relevance. A feedback engine validates user ratings, filters harmful or irrelevant input, and updates the knowledge base in real time. The system architecture. The system can be used across multiple domains. Case 1. Customer service. watsonx RAG continuously improves its answers by learning from customer feedback, reducing repeated mistakes in support dialogues. Validated corrections enrich the knowledge base, making responses more accurate for future similar queries. This creates a self-improving support assistant that resolves issues faster and reduces human agent workload. Case 2. Finance. With RAG feedback, financial assistants automatically update their knowledge from corrected interpretations of policies and regulations. watsonx ensures these corrections pass toxicity, PI, and relevance checks before entering compliance workflows. As the model learns from real financial cases, reporting, risk scoring, and approval validation become more reliable. Case 3. Human resources. HR assistants benefit from feedback when employees correct outdated process descriptions or conflicting policy details. watsonx validates and integrates these corrections into the RAG knowledge base, keeping internal HR guidance always up to date. The system becomes increasingly accurate in answering onboarding, payroll, and internal policy questions. Case 4. Sales teams can correct product facts, pricing updates, or customer details, and the RAG system immediately incorporates the valid updates. watsonx feedback filtering ensures only relevant and safe corrections influence future message generation. This creates a sales assistant that stays aligned with the latest offers, CRM updates, and customer intelligence. Case 5. Procurement. Procurement officers can correct supplier data, contract terms, or procurement rules, and the RAG pipeline updates instantly. OCR combined with feedback captures and validates information from invoices or delivery notes, reducing manual corrections over time. watsonx ensures the updated knowledge base reflects accurate procurement requirements, improving sourcing decisions and cycle efficiency. Market scope. TAM $50 billion globally, SAM $1.5 billion in Kazakhstan, SLM $200 million initial 3-year target. Revenue streams. Subscriptions $500 to $2,000 per month. Enterprise integration $10,000 to $50,000. Value-added services add 20 to 30% extra revenue. Our solution, Sarah, stands out from competitors by offering real-time learning and automatic feedback validation, enabling safer and more adaptive AI workflows. Future prospects. Scales across industries with new data and API.
That was the project Sarah submitted by Team Sarah for this hackathon. And we've got one more video from our finalists to watch. So let's now see the project submitted by Team Duologic called Nexus Guard AI.
It's 3 a.m. A security alert fires. A SQL injection attack on your payment API. A suspicious login from an unknown country. An API key leaked on GitHub. Your SOC team scrambles. They manually correlate logs. They check if it's a real threat. Meanwhile, the attacker is already inside your system. What if your security team could respond in seconds instead of hours? Today's reality. Security teams manually investigate every incident. They check multiple log sources, they analyze user behavior, they assess risk manually. This takes hours. By then, attackers have stolen data, moved laterally in your network, established persistence. The cost? An average breach cost 4.45 million. There is a better way. Meet Nexus Guard AI, an AI-powered SOC copilot built on IBM Watson Orchestrate. Two specialized agents work together. First, the commander agent. It investigates the incident, correlates logs, analyzes behavior, calculates risk. Second, the remediation engine. It executes automated response, blocks malicious IPs, disables accounts, sends alerts. Result, incidents investigated and contained in seconds. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. Watch this real incident investigation happen in real time. Let me just paste the issue. Watch what happens. It correlates logs from 3 sources. Then, it analyzes user behavior. In next step, it calculates risk. Then checks threat intelligence. Here is the full report. Now, because the issue is critical, the remediation engine takes over. Let me just paste the report we have got from the commander agent. Here it blocks the IP, then it disables the account, then it revokes tokens, sends alerts, and logs everything. Here is the full report. Let's talk about impact. Incident response time currently 4 to 8 hours. With Nexus God AI, it is in seconds. SOC workload reduction 80% less manual investigation. Breach impact yearly containment saves millions. Enterprise readiness audit trails and compliance logging in built in from day one. But here's what makes Nexus God AI unique. Firstly, it is built on IBM Watson Orchestrate, the enterprise agentic AI platform. No code, fast deployment, lower costs. Secondly, it is extensible. Integrates seamlessly with Splunk, Palo Alto Networks, any SIEM. Your existing security stack doesn't change it, just get smarter. Thirdly, it's production ready today, not vaporware, not a research project, real agents, real tools, real automations. This isn't just a neat AI hack. This is a $50 million market opportunity waiting to be captured, and we are building it. Thank you.
And you've just watched the video submitted by the team Duologic with the project Nexus Guard AI. So everybody tuning in, we've seen all the videos submitted by the finalist teams. And now it's time to reveal the podium. So who gets the prizes, who gets the very first place, and who did best at this hackathon? Remember that before we reveal the big winners, we all want you to know that just for joining this hackathon, we are all the winners to us for trying, for failing, for building no matter the circumstances, for spending your free time on the weekends, especially for building something bigger, for the mission to grow and not only to win. Keep building on your projects because it never ends with the hackathon. Maybe, who knows, you'll in a couple of months from now, you'll have your own startups. You never know. It's your great chance to get noticed. So anyways, feel free to share your project on social media so people can actually notice what you've built during this hackathon. It's really worth it, and we all want you to take maximum from it. So even if you're not a finalist, just keep trying, join the next one, and you all did amazing. And now let's go to the podium. The winners of the Agentic AI Hackathon with IBM watsonx Orchestrate. Let's start with the third place. So, the third place at this hackathon, getting $2,000 in cash and $300 in IBM Cloud credits per team member, goes to Team Sarah with the project Sarah. Huge congratulations to the team. And now it's time to hear straight from the IBM team, from Dennis joining us live today. Dennis, tell us what you think about this project.
Thank you, Joanna. Well, first off, congratulations, Team Sarah. And I'll just say overall, all three of these top teams really set up and delivered their stories with a solid introduction, a clear problem statement, and then followed it up with an outstanding solution. And they really quantified the value and the ROI from these solutions as well. So, Team Sarah, congratulations on your third place finish. Um, Really, they tackled a challenge that impacts customer experience everywhere, making AI assistants smarter, more adaptive, and continuously improving. So think about this for a second. Most organizations still rely on script based chatbots, and they give pretty static, templated answers, and they don't adapt to the user intent. And enterprise data, changes constantly. There's policies, tariffs, regulations. It's traditional fine tuning, and it's too slow and it's too expensive. So the answer that Team Sarah brought us was an adaptive Q&A system built on RAG architecture, integrated with IBM watsonx. And I think what really makes this one special is its real-time feedback loop. It learns from user evaluations, it validates them for safety and relevance, and that instantly improves the retrieval without retraining the base model. And that's really important. And over time, I think Sarah becomes more accurate, and more aligned with real user expectations. And it's delivered as a headless API. So it plugs into websites, to mobile apps, to banking systems, anywhere that you might need an AI assistant. So the result is a smarter, safer, continuously improving assistant that reduces errors, improves accuracy, and then lightens the load for human agents, which is the goal. Team Sarah showed us really how feedback driven AI can redefine enterprise engagement. So, congratulations on an outstanding achievement.
Congratulations, Team Sarah. You did amazing. And Dennis summed it up perfectly. We all are keeping fingers crossed for you that you grow your projects, you don't stop there. And in the future, we'll see your solution implemented to as many systems as Dennis mentioned, and maybe even more. Fingers crossed. Now, let's move to the second place winner of the hackathon with IBM. So getting $3,000 in cash and $300 in IBM Cloud credits per team member, getting the second place at this hackathon is Team Agentic Winner with their project The Compliance Gatekeepers. Congratulations, team. And now, Dave, tell us, please, what you think about the project.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to the Agentic winners. I like the name. It is aspirational to begin with. So, our second place team tackled one of the biggest headaches in the financial services sector: regulatory compliance under the DORA Act, which is the Digital Operational Resilience Act. And as exciting as compliance may sound, it's incredibly important and critical for a number of sectors. So just imagine this. You have European banks that have over 50,000 vendor contracts to audit. At 4 hours a contract to manually review, it's almost impossible to take care of that backlog and still be able to afford all the people required to do that. So the Agentic winners built a DORA gatekeeper, which is an autonomous AI agent powered by watsonx Orchestrate. And in my view, this isn't just helping compliance teams, it's really transforming the entire process. It orchestrates 5 systems. So Box for contract retrieval, watsonx.ai with Granite 3.3 for the legal text analysis. They have ERP for enforcement and Outlook for the vendor communications across it all. So, and here's the wow factor. It's a true agentic solution. It behaves, it acts, it decides, and it enforces autonomously, analyzing contracts in really under 30 seconds, generating compliance scores, and even blocking non-compliant vendors in real time. There's no human intervention needed. And they didn't stop there. They took it even further. It auto generates legal amendments, sends professional notifications, and even prevents fines that could be significant, up to 2% of global revenue, which is a very serious hit to any company's bottom line. So I'll say these agentic winners really showed us how Watson Orchestrate can deliver intelligent, autonomous workflows that have real business impact. So congratulations on another outstanding achievement.
Totally agree. Outstanding achievements. And second place is very, very much deserved. So congratulations from the lablab team as well. And going to the first place. So the main winner of this hackathon, getting $5,000 in cash and $500 in IBM Cloud credits per team member. The first place goes to Team Duologic with the project Nexus Guard AI. Congratulations, team. You are the big winners. And now, Dennis, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Thank you. Well, congratulations, Team Duologic. What an amazing solution. Um, so I think Duologic really tackled one of the most urgent challenges facing cybersecurity, and that's the speed to being able to speed up incident responses when every second counts. So when we look at the problem here, security teams are drowning in alerts every day. And investigating one incident alone manually can take 4 to 8 hours. That coupled with the average breach detection to response time of being almost a year, it takes 275 days on average. And the cost, astronomical. It could cost close to $4.5 million per every breach that happens. The Duologic's very innovative answer in response to that was NextGuard AI. Um, that's an agentic AI powered security operations center copilot, or a stock copilot to use the acronym, built on IBM watsonx Orchestrate. And it uses two specialized AI agents. The first being Commander, and that correlates the logs, it analyzes user behavior, calculates the risk scores, and pulls real-time threat intel. The second was the remediation engine, and that engine locks down the accounts. It can revoke the tokens, send alerts via SMS and emails, and it keeps audit trails for compliance. So, unlike SOAR platforms, and SOAR, for those of you who may not know the acronym, is the security orchestration, automating, and response platforms. And so, unlike those traditional ones, Nexus Guard AI leverages watsonx Orchestrate, the no code, low code framework for rapid development and seamless integration. And it's tested with real scenarios and is designed to scale. I think they're very far down that deployability route, which really made them a strong contender. Ultimately, the impact here, the response time goes from hours down to seconds. And that really matters in so many ways. It reduces the SOC workload by about 80%, and compliance-ready documentation is delivered automatically. So they really powered that agentic AI beautifully. And I'll say it's not just a tool. This is really a force multiplier for security teams. So I think it's just a really powerful solution, which is really what brought Duologic up to the top. So congratulations on another exceptional achievement. And
Congratulations.
Joanna,
Very
sorry, Joanna, I think we should give everyone a round of applause, from Sarah and Agentic Winners and Duologic, really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. These solutions show us the future of compliance, the future of security, and customer engagement, and it's happening right now. So thank you to everyone who participated. And before I give you back the mic, I just really want to send out a special thank you to you, Joanna, to all of our friends at lablab, who I think did a really great job of running the hackathon and teasing out the innovative creators in all of you. So thanks as well to our team at IBM, who also helped make things possible in collaboration with lablab. So you have my gratitude. And as Joanna said earlier, remember that even if you weren't part of one of these top recognized teams, you win just by participating. And that, I think, is the real power of a hackathon. Primarily using hackathons to learn, to think innovatively, and then design and create something that you haven't done anything like it before, and push the envelope of what's possible. And that innovation doesn't stop here today. Let's keep building that future together. So with that, thank you, Joanna. Congratulations to our teams, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Dennis. It was great to have you on the stream and to have another hackathon with IBM, because everybody who's tuning in from the LabLab community, we know very well that you love IBM hackathons and you keep coming back. So we cannot wait to see what you build at the next one. But it's time for some numbers, because for the winners, it's really huge to actually be the winners, as we had almost 8,000 people approved for this hackathon, almost 800 teams that were actually fighting for the spot on the podium, and 200 submitted projects, which is huge. So getting it to the top 3 was not easy. So congratulations once again to the winners. And remember, if you're not the winner now, one day your prize will come. The reward is waiting for you, and hard work really pays off. We cannot wait for another hackathon with IBM. It was great to have you all building with watsonx one more time. If you'd like to see all the solutions that were submitted for this hackathon, you can simply head over to the lablab.ai website, and if you go to hackathons, you can simply spot the event page for this hackathon, and all the submissions can be viewed there. So feel free to check them out, to watch again the winners' presentations. And hopefully see you at the next one. So follow us on social media to stay up to date with all the announcements regarding the next hackathons. We're kicking another one tomorrow. That one is not with IBM, but with Quebec, but hopefully the next IBM is coming soon. So take your chance, and maybe this time you'll be the winner. Keep building, and see you on the next one.